Right, so this is my 2250 points of Omnissiah Tagmata. Here we have the Archmagus Prime, and he's got some hefty upgrades. We have the Myrmidax upgrade. He has a Cyber Familiar, he has a Paragon Blade, a Jetpack, 2 Phase Plasma Fusils, an Aviant, 4 Cyber Oculars, and he's also been upgraded with the Jinskin as well. So we'll see how that plays out. Back here we have a basic Magus Dominus, no upgrades at all, and he's going to be holding back supporting the Thanator there. The Thanator has been upgraded with an enhanced target array. That's the -1 to cover +1 ballistic skill. 3 Castellax here are 3 separate troop units. They've all been upgraded with an enhanced target array. The 2 with the Darkfire cannons there don't have any further upgrades, but the one with the Mauler bow cannon has Paragon of Metal, so I'm going to run him forward. The rest of the troops we have here 6 Thalax running 2 squads of 3, Photon Thruster in each, and Heavy Chain Blades. Here we have the Ad Secularis Covenant. They have Laslox, Induction Charges, Carapace Armour, and Rite of Pure Thought as well. Back here we have 2 squads of 3 Myrmidons. The 3 at the front have their 4 Graviton guns, 2 Maxim Bolters, and the 3 at the back there have 4 Phase Plasma Fusils and 1 Maxim Bolter in there as well. I'm then taking the Knight from the Imperial Knights Codex. I'm going to take the Paladin, Strength 8 and AP3 Ordnance 2 on the Battle Cannon, instead of the one out of the Horus Heresy Book 3. Gives you Strength 6 Ordnance 3, and as handy as it is, I think I'd rather have the Strength 8. It becomes a bit more all-rounded. So that is the force for today. Let's see how they get on. Right, here we are guys, 2250 points of Shaun's Chaos Space Marines. He did however leave his rhinos at home, so he's using 2 of my Blood Angel ones. So Shaun, do you want to talk us through your army?
The Warlord is the Demon Prince, comes in at a hefty 380 points. He has the Murder Sword, Marker Zinch, Cycling Master level 3, Power Armour, Wings, and he's going to nominate your Warlord as the target of the Murder Sword.
Lovely.
The other HQ is Khan, with 10 Berserkers with a Sergeant in. They're in that first Rhino.
Yep.
There's also another unit. There's only 6 in that one with a Sergeant and that Rhino.
Yep.
The other choices, I have 2 squads of Cultists, 1 of 15, 1 champion, and 1 of 11, 1 champion.
Okay.
I have 3 Obliterators who are in reserve, hoping to arrive by Deep Strike.
And that's 1 squad of 3.
It is 1 squad of 3, yeah.
Yep.
I have my Havocs with a Sergeant and 4 Las Cannons.
Nice.
I also have my fast attack of the Helldrake.
Yep.
Which will also be in reserve.
And that's got the Bale Blast, hasn't it?
Yep. The Bale Flamer.
The Bale Flamer.
Torrent, stand 6 AP3. And for my elites, I have Plague Marines with a champion.
Yep.
And Possessed with a champion.
Yep.
And also the final heavy one is the Land Raider. What you see is what you get.
No problem. That's absolutely brilliant. So we'll roll for the game type and look to do the deployment. Right guys, so welcome to this overgrown planet. Foundry has been derelict for years, and the Mechanicum have come to find out what was left on it. So the mission is Deadlock, and here is the standard deployment. We have 6 objectives. Objective 1, Objective 2, Objective 3. Over here is Objective 4. Over here is Objective 5. Tucked neatly away over there is Objective 6. We've already rolled for sides. Shaun has decided to take that side over there, and he is going first unless RCs. So we'll come back to you after deployment. Right, so this is after deployment. We've got the Havocs and the Nurgle Marines sat here looking to get a nice few shots off on the entire army. We've got Khan and the 6 Marines. Shaun forgot that he can only have transport capacity 10, as he doesn't play Chaos very often at all. We've got a squad of Cultists here, as well as the possessed marines over there. He's reminding me of names and I'm not sure of them. We've got 10 berserkers in this rhino. Demon Prince out of line of sight. And the Land Raider and the last set of cultists sitting on their objective there. Meanwhile, across my table edge, I have a Paragon of Metal Castellax around there out of line of sight. The knights here backed up by the Graviton Myrmidons and a squad of Thalax. Got the other Thalax sat in there getting some cover with the tech thralls in front of them. Warlord and the Ocularis here. Looking to hopefully move the Ocularis across to the Castellax. Got the Myrmidons with the Phase Plasma Fusils here as well. The Castellax and the Thanatar. I was considering putting them up on the top, but I decided against it. I'm try and keep myself a little bit of cover save. And yes, the Castellax, the Thanatar's going to have to move, but I don't want to die first turn. And if I seize the initiative, I'm going to be gutted. So let's roll. See if I do seize. And I don't. So we'll come back to you after the Chaos movement phase and Shaun's cards. Right, so these are Shaun's cards. He does get to draw 7 as his Warlord trait allowed him to generate an additional card, and I think he's probably thankful for it. So he's got 2 secure objective 5s, which are just in front of his Land Raider. Secure objective 6 and 4, which both of his cultists are on. Big Game Hunter, kill a monstrous creature or vehicle. Well, I've got 4 monstrous creatures and a vehicle. Assassinate, kill a character. Well, I've got 4 characters. And secure objective 1, which is on my side. So we'll now do Shaun's movement. Right guys, so Shaun's moved the possessed up. He's moved both rhinos a full 12 inches behind the landing pad here. He's looking to score some cover, I think. Plague Marines moved through cover. They rolled to 4, I think.
Yeah.
Havocs have stood where they are. Demon Prince, he's shuffled up to there. And the Land Raider has pushed forward to secure objective 5. That's going to get Shaun 2 victory points. Both squads of cultists though have stayed exactly where they are. Shaun's psychic powers are all on the Tzeentch table, so we'll come back, we'll probably do psychic and shooting. Right, so we just rolled for the objectives, and this one is a targeting relay. So a +1 ballistic skill, reroll 1s. Over there, objective 5 is a scatter field that the Land Raider is on, conferring +1 cover save. Just back there, the cultists, they also got a targeting relay as well. Shaun has used his psychic powers. He rolled 2, so he generated 5 dice. He cast a Tzeentch's Bolt down at these, as it was the only model within the 18-inch range, and he managed to kill one of the tech thralls. He also cast Tzeentch's Storm, and he got it off once, and I managed to deny it with me 2 of my dice. So yeah, he's killed 1 tech thrall so far, which gives the Demon Prince, what was it?
My default units don't scatter now.
So I'm not looking forward to that now. So yeah, we'll now move on to the Chaos shooting phase. Right, so after the shooting phase, the possessed have ran 4 inches up. Over here, the Nurgle Marines pushed forward. They ran 6 inches. The Havocs looked to got a shot down on the Knight. 2 last cannons hit, 1 glanced, the Knight put his shields up on the front and saved it. Over here, the last cannon also shot straight across at the Knight. Got 1 hit, another glance, and the Knight has saved it again. So, that was it for Shaun's shooting. So he scored secure objective 5 twice, secure objective 4, secure objective 6, which the cultists are both on. He's kept hold of Big Game Hunter and Assassinate and decided to discard secure objective 1. So at the end of Chaos turn 1, the score is 4-0 to Chaos. Right, so Mechanicum turn 1, I've drew some bad cards, I think. Ascendancy, which is secure 3, which I can get. Objective 5, not going to get that. Objective 1, Hungry for Glory, issue a challenge. Behind enemy lines probably isn't going to happen. And Kingslayer, yeah, that's going to be difficult. So over here, the Castellax, my Warlord have shuffled up a little bit, and one of the Ocularis has moved over. Over here, the Thanatar's moved up. Put him behind cover initially because I thought Shaun was probably going to try and take him down first, but he went for the Knight instead, which means he can only shoot 24 inches. The rest of the Ocularis moved up along with the tech thralls. We did roll for the objectives, and number 2 was, I think it was +1 cover save.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
The one over here was plus reroll 1s, and the one over here is sabotaged. So that didn't explode. We did roll for it. The Castellax over there is shuffled up as well. Myrmidons and the Thalax are pushed forward. I think I'm probably going to try and get rid of the Land Raider, and the Thalax are probably going to have a look at that Rhino over there. The Knight's pushed forward as well, and yeah, we'll now move on to the shooting phase. Right, so welcome back to the afterthoughts of the shooting phase from the Mechanicum. Down here, one Castellax took out one of the possessed and blinded them as he failed his initiative test. Over here was absolute havoc. The other Castellax shot, didn't glance or pen the Rhino. The Lord and the 2 Myrmidons all shot at the Rhino as well. Eventually took it out. Was hoping to take it out before I shot the Myrmidons, as I wanted to try and get the Myrmidons to shoot at the Berserkers. Over here, the Knight shot its battle cannon at its secondary target. Managed to take out 3 of the Havocs and 1 of the Plague Marines. The Thanatar shot the closest Plague Marine, which was 24 inches. He actually did 1 of the hull points on the Rhino and took out a single Plague Marine due to feel no pain. Back here, 2 units of Thalax took out the other Rhino, and as you can see, they've all jumped out the back, so the Covenant can't actually shoot at them as they don't get line of sight. Over here, the Knight did declare the Land Raider as its primary target with its stubber, and obviously it did hit, but can't do anything. The Myrmidons, in the meantime, with the grav guns, managed to get 3 hits, and all 3 managed to score 2 glances and a pen. So we've still got the shooting phase to go.
Assault phase.
Assault phase even. Yeah, so we'll come back to you after the assault phase. Assault phase, I just need to point out as well that this Thalax with the photon thruster did take a wound when he was shooting over at the Rhino over there. The Covenant did shoot up at the Demon Prince. They managed to score 2 hits but didn't wound. Thought, why not? You've got no other targets. Over here, the Knight made it into combat and actually killed the Land Raider on with his Hammer of Wrath. He didn't even get to attack, which also gets me secure objective 5. So at the end of my turn, I've rolled for Ascendancy. I scored 1 victory point for that. I've got secure objective 1, which the Thanatar is holding, and I score secure objective 5. So the score after turn 1 is 4-3 to Chaos. I did choose to discard Kingslayers. I think it's going to be very difficult to take down his Warlord, and I'd rather try and get some other objectives. We have moved on to Shaun's movement phase, on Shaun's turn, and he's rolled for his reserves. The Obliterators are not on, however, the Helldrake is, and I forgot about it, so I think they're going to go bye-bye. So we'll see what cards Shaun draws and see what happens in his movement phase. Right, so Shaun's actually drew these cards. Secure Objective 6 twice, which he's going to get, and Secure Objective 4, so the cultists are both on them. He's still got Big Game Hunter, and he's still got Assassinate as well. He has done his movement. The Havocs and all the cultists have stayed still. He's piled everybody in and under there. Plague Marines and the Berserkers. And these Berserkers have just moved, looking probably to get a shot, excuse me, a charge on their Myrmidons. That's why I didn't want them to be the ones to take the Rhino out, but never mind. Over here, these have moved up, and Shaun's already done his run for them. I give them because they're not really, they haven't got any sight powers or guns to shoot, so we just moved that ahead. Over here, the Helldrake came on, and the Demon Prince. Both vectors struck the Knight. The Demon Prince has caused a single glance on the knight. And yeah, I think he's going to look to do some shooting now with the psychic powers. I think the Helldrake's going to cause some damage to the Myrmidons and the Thalax over here. So we'll come back to you after Shaun's done his psychic and his shooting. Right, so psychic and shooting phase. As you can see, I've lost another hull point from the knight. The last cannons took one off. The Demon Prince shot the Doom Bolt and didn't do anything. And he tried to cast Breath of Chaos, and Shaun perilled, rolling 3 6s. He then rolled on the table and rolled a 6 and passed his leadership test, so the Demon Prince is now going to be pretty ass nasty in combat. Meanwhile, over here, the Helldrake shot the Bale Flamer, did 3 wounds on the Myrmidons despite the 5-up invuln, so I've lost 1 and 1 wound on the next closest, and caused a single wound on the Thalax, failed his Feel No Pain. Over here, the Berserkers that are, well, we've put them on top, but they're actually underneath just for ease of moving terrain. Shot down and killed 3 of the Covenant. The Plague Marines shot straight through here. Got 2 wounds on the front ocularis, and he passed both of his saves. Over here, Khan's Plasma Pistol did a wound on that lead Myrmidon there as well. So that was it for the shooting phase. Obviously the models over there, I can't remember the name. What they're called, Shaun?
Possessed.
The Possessed have moved up in, we moved them in the movement phase though. So we're going to now move on to the assault phase, and I'm expecting some pretty nasty work from Khan and everything here. So we'll see what damage Shaun does. Right, so assault phase. Shaun's Khorne Berserkers charged up through here, cut the Ad Secularis Covenant to pieces and consolidated back into cover. We have just put them on the top to save moving the terrain about. The Plague Marines charged one of the Ocularis down here as well, but didn't make it due to running through cover. Over here, the Berserkers made it in. Now I did manage to get 2 kills with the Phase Plasma Fusils, and Khan has challenged the Myrmidon Lord. So let's get this on camera. So Shaun, 2s to hit.
That wasn't in it. 6 hits.
And that's 1 against your guys. Strength 7.
No, that one wasn't in it. That was just on there.
Alright.
Yeah. 6 hits.
2s. Ooh. And I've got to make this many 5-up saves. Don't think this is happening.
4 wounds and the spillover as well.
Yeah, which now kills another Myrmidon.
That's 2 Myrmidons dead. And then there is 12 attacks from
the rest of the Berserkers. Hitting on weight, weapon skill.
Weapon skill 4. Or was it 5? I think it's 4.
I can't even remember mine.
Berserk was a 5.
I believe mine is 4, so I think you're hitting on 3s, but we'll double check.
Yeah. If it is 3s, it is that many hits.
No, weapon skill 4.
So, yep, so 9 hits. Strength 5, toughness.
5, so 4s.
Got 5 saves.
5 saves of 3 up to make on the lone Myrmidon.
And he dies as well.
Yeah, he was on 1 wound, so he's gone. So Shaun has scored Assassinate.
And First Blood.
And First Blood, actually, yeah, for killing out. No, I score First Blood for your Land Raider.
Yes, you do. Sorry, I mistake.
So Shaun's going to consolidate out in a few moments, but over here he has Assassinate as he's killed a character. He has Secure Objective 6 twice, and he has Secure Objective 4, and due to the cultist holding them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 more points for Shaun. So that is 8, 4, 8, 5,
8, 3.
No, it's 8, 4 because I scored First Blood. So yeah,
I didn't mark that down there.
that's 8, 4 then after the end of Chaos turn 2. Right, so Mechanicum turn 2. I've still got Hungry for Glory and Behind Enemy Lines. Secure Objective 6, Secure Objective 2, and Blood and Guts. So I'm hoping I can get rid of these in the assault phase and get Objective 2 back. The Knight's moved up over here. He's going to look to secure Objective 6 and possibly take out all of the cultists over there as well to make sure I destroy something. I've shuffled all the Thalax and the Myrmidons up here. I need rid of that squad off there. Down here, however, I've shuffled the Castellax and the Warlord around, just so I can try and get rid of Khan over here. I'm now slightly concerned that I'm going to lose the Thalax in combat, so sorry, the Thanator. So I'm thinking I might make him shoot twice, but we'll see. Right, I'm going to move on to shooting phase then. Right, so shooting phase has been amazing for the Mechanicum. As you can see, Shaun has one Khorne Berserker left there. Still need to get him off the objective though in order to secure it, otherwise I'd only be contesting it. When everything moved up, the Knight shot, I think he killed 2 cultists due to the cover saves, and obviously I didn't want to fire the battle cannon as I did want to destroy something in the assault phase. So I haven't shot the battle cannon. Obviously didn't get line of sight on the Havocs with them, so I couldn't shoot at them. Down here though, like I said, both the Thalax squads, the Myrmidon and the Castellax from back here shot and took nearly everything down apart from that one guy. Over here, shooting from the 2 Thalax, sorry, the Castellax and the Myrmidon, not the Myrmidon, the Magus, as well as the couple of last pistols from the Ocularis, managed to take out Khan and all of them. It even took the Castellax bolt guns to bring them down, but eventually the Magus shot his phase plasma fusils, both of them, at Khan and the remaining guy, and Shaun failed every single save on his invuln. Over here, I cast Rite of Destruction on the Thanator, and I was looking to kill these. Now, there was a little bit of ambiguity about the rules, as I did fail the leadership test on 7. I rolled a 9. And it says the next turn you fire snapshots and fighter weapon skill 1. So it's a little bit unclear. So if anybody knows what the answer is, please comment. And to clear it up, whether or not you could still shoot in this turn, as the rules say next turn.
But also says apply immediately.
It does also say apply immediately as well. So Shaun decided just to let me have the shot. I shot down at these with the Helix Plasma Mortar, wounded 3 of them, and Shaun rolled 3 6s for his saves. And it was actually due to the Mauler bolt cannon that I managed to take the other 2 down. So that was it for the shooting phase. I've got a couple of assaults to make. Probably the Knight and possibly the Thalax as well, and see what we can do. Right, we'll come back to you after assault phase. Right guys, so the end of the assault phase, the only thing that made it in was 2 Ocularis, despite the Thalax and everything charging as well. And yeah, I lost an Ocularis, but I was trying desperately to get him off objective 2 so I could score that. So I don't think he's within 3 inches. We'll have to measure that in a few seconds. My Warlord jetpack moved, and the Thalax all jetpack moved up as well. And that was pretty much it, apart from over here. The Knight unfortunately didn't kill all of the cultists. He killed 1 with Hammer of Wrath, 3 with the normal attacks, and he only killed 1 with Stompers. He only got a single stomp. So that only gets me behind enemy lines. Now, I've thought long and hard as well. Secure objective 6 and 2, I can get them. And I know I can get them next turn. And I know I can get Blood and Guts. So I'm going to keep them. And Hungry for Glory issue a challenge. He's still got 4 or 5 characters on the table. So I think I'm going to keep hold of that. But, yep, that is the end of Mechanicum turn 2. So we'll now move on to Chaos turn 3. Right, Chaos, turn 3. Shaun's already rolled for his reserve. The Obliterators are not on, to my relief. He kept hold of Big Game Hunter as he's going to go for one of my monstrous creatures or vehicles. He drew Blood and Guts, Psychological Warfare, and Secure Objective 2. He's done his movement. Prague Marines have just shuffled up. Again, we're just going to put them on the top, but we know they're underneath. I think Blood and Guts, I'm probably going to lose that Ocularis. So he's probably going to get that point and consolidate into objective 2, which is a shame because I didn't get my Thalax close enough to be able to contest it. Over here, the Helldrake Vector struck that lone Myrmidon at the front there, and the Myrmidon passed his invuln save, rolling a 6. Over here, Demon Prince has flown over. I think he's going to probably try and do some damage to the knight, but we'll see what happens. We're now going to go on to the psychic and shooting phase. Right, so psychic phase. Shaun cast Doombolt and did a hull point on the knight. He then cast Breath of Chaos, which I managed to deny. And what was the last power called?
Tzeentch's Firestorm, which got it off, but it didn't have sufficient strength due to the random strength.
Yep, he rolled, I think, a 3 on his d6, so it was only strength 4, so he couldn't do any damage to it. The Havocs over here shot a last cannon, 1 hit, 1 penned, got through, and he rolled a 5, so +1 made it 6, but the knight ignores it, so thank God he didn't roll a 6. The knight is now down on 2 hull points though, so I think he's going to have to do some serious work now before he goes. Meanwhile, over here, the Plague Marines decided not to shoot as they want to join in the assault and ensure that he definitely kills the Ocularis. Over here, the Helldrake shot the Bale Flamer down at the Magus and the Thanator. Didn't wound the Thanator, and for the Magus, Shaun rolled a 1, which means they didn't wound him. So that was it for the shooting phase. We're now going to go on to assault phases if Shaun's doing them, and we'll see what happens. Right, something we totally forgot about was the cultist leadership over there. So we've literally just done it then. The cultists actually failed the leadership and ran off the board, and the knight would have only consolidated 1 inch. Now, we've just looked back at the footage, and the knight would have still taken the whole point from the demon because of the rate of the pen anyway. So we're just going to leave things as it are, but obviously the cultists are now no longer there. Over here, however, this squad of Plague Marines and the Khorne Berserker took out the Ocularis. The Khorne Berserker shuffled up, and he has secured objective 2 for Shaun, and he also got Blood and Guts destroy something in the assault phase, so that gives Shaun another victory point. However, because the knight consolidated another inch, it would have gotten me secure objective 6 as well. So that puts the score at
10-7.
10-7 to Chaos. But I've now got my turn to go. So, we'll now draw me cards and see what cards come out. So, I have Hungry for Glory. It's turn 3, is this? So I get 4 cards. Secure objective 6, which I have. Domination. Great. Don't think I'm going to be able to get that. The cultists are too far at the back with that, but yeah, I'm going to see if I can get the other 3 though, so we'll come back to you after I have done my movement. Right, so movement phase. I've moved the knight still to hold objective 6. He's going to look down, try and get rid of them Marines. I've shuffled everything up here. I want rid of these, and I'm going to have to think carefully about my shooting, I think, because I'm going to have to optimise targets and assaults, because I still want to be able to get issue a challenge with me Warlord. I don't think the Myrmidon Lord would be able to make it into combat with the Nurgle Marines. We'll see though. Over here, the Castellax have moved up there. One's got advantage over the target and relay. Over here, just moved the Magus up into the corner with a move through cover, just so that he's still within 12 inches of these. Now this guy, unfortunately, is not going to be able to shoot his template weapon, and he can only snap shoot his bolter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get him to assault these, and I'm hoping that I don't kill them both, so that I'm tied up during Shaun's turn. But yeah, there's a lot to think about carefully as well. Just a note though, the Castellax over here hasn't moved, and he's just within 24 inches of that Berserker there. However, he's still going to get a 6-up cover, because there's 2 Ocularis there, -1 for the enhanced targeting array. Straight away that means he gets no cover, but he's got +1 due to the scatter field there as well. So I'm going to do the shooting, and we'll come back to you after that. Right, shooting phase has been pretty productive. The knight managed to kill 2 remaining last cannons. Didn't kill the remaining sergeant though. Nothing else was in range to shoot at besides the Castellax, and I didn't decide to shoot them, as you'll see in a minute. Over here, the Castellax with a bolter fired over, killed the Berserker. the single Thalax squad here. Shot at the Plague Marines. Obviously they are in cover, but we're just putting them on top to show that. And I think I killed 2. Shaun failed his feel no pains on them as well. I haven't shot with the Myrmidons, the other Thalax squad, or the Warlord. I did, however, cast It Will Not Die on this Castellax here, so he might get his wound back. We'll see. The other one that's around there, next to the target array, and this Castellax both shot up at the Helldrake, but no hits at all, unfortunately. And so that's it for the shooting phase. I decided not to shoot very much at all. Yeah, so we're now going to move on to the assault phase. I'm going to try and get my Warlord into combat and challenge that Sergeant, I think. And I'm going to get the Thanator over there in combat with those 2 over there as well. So, come back to you after I've done my assaults. Guys, so the assault phase. 1 unit of Thalax charged in first. They didn't make the distance and Shaun overwatched them. Didn't cause any wounds though. The Warlord then charged in and has challenged the Sergeant. And the other squad of Thalax have also charged in to support him. So we're going to film this challenge. So, Shaun, 3 attacks.
The champion on the Warlord. 2 hits.
Yep. What's your strength?
It's a poison 4+. So 1 wound.
1 wound, and I get a 2 up armor save. Fine.
Then we 4 attacks from you guys going on the other squad.
On the Thalax, yeah.
What's their weapon skill?
Thalax, I think, is weapon skill 3.
So hitting on 3s.
All hit. Poison on 4+.
2 saves.
2 saves. 4 up armor. Both fail. 6 up feel no pain. So that's 2 wounds.
So 3 wounds each.
They have 3 wounds each, so that's 2 of them on 2 wounds. The Fort on Thrusters also on 2 wounds. So all the Thalaxes are on 2 wounds in that squad now. So, Megagus is going to get to attack back. He's hitting with +2 strength, so he's hitting at strength 6. 4, so hitting on 4s. Wow, 1 hit. 1 wound, it's AP 2 instant death.
Oh, only on 6 instant death.
Oh yeah, it was. It's AP 2, so that's the Sergeant gone. The Thalax are then going to get to attack. They have 3 attacks each for the charge. So that's 9 altogether. Weapon skill 3, so hitting on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have heavy chain blades, so they're hitting at strength 7, so 2's to wound. Oh my. That's 3 up saves.
A lot of film up here on him. And it fails. So 3 saves is 3 up. 2 fails, 2 5 up film up pains. They're all dead.
So yeah. Megas will consolidate. 6 inches, Thalax, 3 inches. We've still got the Thanator I want to do, so we'll get back to you after that. Right, so consolidation. Everyone's just moved up. I'm going to try and get rid of them cultists, I think. Both of the Ocularis moved forward. Thalax shifted to the side. The Castellax here regained his wound because of It Will Not Die, so that was great. Over here, Shaun passed his armor save against the Hammer of Wrath. He then wounded because he had Shred, and I failed me 2 up armor save. So I've lost a wound on him, and I managed to wound twice, and he passed 1 of his demon saves. So I'm hoping that I can kill him in his phase, which means I'm then free to fire. So that scores me Hungry for Glory, Secure Objective 6, Blood and Guts, which gets me 3 points, which puts the score at 10-10, and I'm going to discard Domination. Shaun, meanwhile, has drawn his cards. He has Big Game Hunter, Secure Objective 3, and Secure Objective 3.
That's what that one over, isn't it? And
it's the one right in the back corner over there. So, his reserves are going to come on. We'll get back to you after he's done his movement. Right, so welcome back after most of Shaun's turn. The Obliterators came on from the side of the table and came on here. The Demon Prince flew up to there. Meanwhile, back there, the Helldrake Vector struck the Magus Dominus that's hiding behind the helipad, and he suffered a wound. However, strength 7, toughness 4, didn't insta-kill him, thank God. Shaun did his psychic phase, and he cast, what was the name of the lance one?
Doombolt.
Doombolt at the side. He missed. He then tried to cast something else. What was it that you cast?
He give himself feel no pain.
Yep, he gave himself feel no pain rolling on the boon table.
It's forever though.
Down here, because of where Shaun's came on, 2 obliterators could shoot at the rear and 1 at the side, so he forced us to split my shield. The obliterator from the side did a single hull point. Meanwhile, the ones at the back then shot, got 2 pens, and I passed both of my saves with my ion shielding. So he's still alive. I don't know if we've got any assaults, but we'll, yes we do. We have the Thanator and the single guy over at the other side over here. So we'll get back to you after we've resolved that combat and see what cards Shaun scores. Right, so all went according to plan for me. The Thanator managed to kill the Lone Marine. Shaun's decided to discard secure objective 3, as he's going to have to down to 2 cards for his next turn. He's decided to keep Big Game Hunter due to me actually having the Knight and 4 monstrous creatures. So that puts the score at, it's still 10-10, isn't it? Yep. So we'll now move on to Mechanicum turn 4. Right, so I drew secure objective 2, 3 and 4. I don't know if I can get 4, but I'm pretty sure I can get 2 and 3. I moved the Myrmidons up there. Everybody else is shuffled this way. I'm going to try my best to get the cultists from there. The Castellax back here moved backwards. He hasn't really got anything he can shoot at, other than possibly the demon over there. The Knight has jumped back to cover 2 of his sides with the table edge and look to hopefully try and get out the obliterators. I'm a bit stuck on what to shoot with really, but we'll see what happens. Down here, Castellax have both moved up, so at least they can re-roll 1s. Having ballistic skill 5, that's quite useful. So I'm probably going to do all my jetpack moves and shooting all in one go. So I'm hoping I can get rid of some of them over there. Right, so over here, due to the 2 Ocularis, just being within 12 and the Thanator have -1 to the cover, these actually ran away. Yeah, 1 inch away from the board edge, so never mind. There wasn't really much else to shoot at. One of the Castellax shot up and took out the Sergeant over there. The other one shot over at the Demon Prince and did a wound. Shaun passed his grounding test though. The worst thing for me, the Knight is gone. I had him right in the corner. I shot the battle cannon at the obliterators trying to soften them out and scattered 9 inches back, which was 5 altogether. Put the blast on my front armour, side armour, and I rolled a 4, so I glanced myself and lost my last hull point, which is a bit of a annoyance, but never mind. So I scored secure objective 2. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. It's the one with the Myrmidons on. And I saw secure objective 3, which is the one over here. I'm going to discard secure objective 4 because I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it. I do have some assault moves to make though, so we'll see how close I can get to it. Right, so I've done all my jetpack moves, trying to get closer to objective 4. I think I'll probably get one of the squads of Thalax there next turn. Everybody else jetpacked up and the Warlord's over there. Shaun's just brought his Helldrake back on. And he's looking to Vector Strike the Warlord. I have decided to keep secure objective 4. Meanwhile, Shaun still has Big Game Hunter and secure objective 3. So, we'll now go on to Chaos turn 5. Right, so Shaun's done his entire turn. We'll just recap everything that happened. Over here, the cultists regrouped and have shuffled up. Try and get back onto objective 4 over there. Over here, the Helldrake shot the Bill Flamer. Did 1 wound on the photon thruster guy under there, and didn't wound on the second on that one. And on that squad, he didn't wound on that either. Over here, the obliterators moved up and fired 3 last cannons down at the Castellax here, and as you see, he still stands. He hit once and failed to wound. In the psychic phase, the Demon Prince cast Doombolt, and he missed when he tried to shoot. And he...
No, you dispelled it.
Sorry, yes, I did dispel it. And the other one was the Chaos Flamer.
Yeah, the breath one. The
Breath of Chaos. And as it's poisoned, he would have had to re-roll against the Castellax. But as it stands, he only got a 2 to wound. So I think that's most of Shaun's turn. At the minute he hasn't scored any points, but we'll see if he's going to do anything else. Otherwise it'll be Mechanicum turn 5. As it stands at the minute, the score is 12-10 to Mechanicum. So yeah, and we'll come back to you shortly. Right, so I've done my movement phase. I shuffled everybody up along here. I drew secure objective 3 and 4. So the Castellax in the back corner is on 3. One right up there with the Demon Prince. And this one was number 4. These guys have used the jetpack move to get up to there, so they are contesting it. Before I did that though, the Thanatar shot down, tracing line of sight from that Ocularis. Even minus my ballistic skill, it scattered so far back that it actually killed the lead Thalax. Over here, the Photon Thruster rolled double 1 to hit, and I failed both my saves. So the Photon Thruster guy also went down. The Warlord over there jetpacked up, and he is going to claim Linebreaker, I think. Down here though, I think I'm going to assault just the Ocularis and the Thalax. Don't think I can get rid of the cultists, but we shall see if I can. Hopefully make them run off the board. Right, we'll get back to you after the assault. Right, so the assault phase was quite successful. The Thalax charged in. Shaun overwatched, got a couple of hits. Didn't wound though due to the toughness 5. The Ocularis also charged in as well. And Shaun decided to do all of his attacks against the Ocularis and did kill it. The Thalax in the meantime hit back, although they were only hitting on 4s. They were wounding on 2s because of the heavy chain blades. So Shaun failed combat by 2. And he has ran. He hasn't ran enough to get off the board, but it means I secure objective 4. So we'll just have a look at what cards I've got. Right, so as you can see, I secure objective 3 and 4. So now puts that at 14-10. Do have Linebreaker over there with my Warlord if the game doesn't continue. So Shaun, do you want to roll for it? And it doesn't continue. So the final score, 15-10 to Mechanicum. Shaun, just wanting your thoughts on the army. What do you think?
Yeah, horrible to play against.
And why did you say that?
Absolutely disgusting. Cheesy, broken and overpowered is what I would say. But no, they're very low model count, but hard to kill.
I really felt it when Khan took out the Myrmidons here. Seriously felt it, and I think that the biggest thing for me is lack of manoeuvrability.
Yeah. Very hard to kill. In fact, nearly everything's hitting on 2 as well. Just screws the army up. I would like to rematch with me Eldar.
So cheese versus cheese.
Yeah, because I believe then.
Cheddar versus Edam.
I believe then that's probably better.
Yeah, well, that's the end of the game then. I've seriously enjoyed using them, and I have getting a couple of new models. If I'm honest, I was a bit terrified of the Flying Demon Prince, and I was terrified of the Helldrake. I chose to ignore them most of the game, apart from when the Castellax had nothing else to shoot at. It's been an interesting game, as I don't normally play Chaos either. But yeah, if you've liked the battle report, please like, subscribe and share the channel. There will be more Batreps coming over the course of the weekend as well, so please stay tuned. Cheers guys.